To ensure fast and accurate dimension capture while utilizing xPIM Plus, dimensioning on iPhone and iPad Pro, right at the product's location, anywhere in the warehouse, we're going to take a look at some best practices to ensure you get sub-second capture times and maximum accuracy. We'll first look at ensuring you're in the correct measurement method while utilizing the application. We'll also look at the proper angle and distance from the object, again ensuring a sub-second capture time as well as maximum accuracy. You could end up taking box dimensions while the box is sitting on a cart or a workstation, as well as on the ground or on a lower cart. We'll begin the process of capturing a dimension the same as all the other objects by navigating to the dimension icon on the right side of your screen. By selecting the box method, we're ensuring best practices when capturing a box, and you'll know you're in the right method with the Y guide on the center of your screen. Orient yourself at roughly a 45-degree angle away from the corner, with the corner facing directly at the user and roughly 1 to 3 feet above the object. If the box or the object is on a table or a cart, be aware that the height may be hard to guess for some users, so oftentimes you'll underestimate what that height is. So just be sure to bring the object either lower on a lower cart or the iPhone that you're dimensioning with or the iPad further up above you. The same practices apply, again with the corner of the box facing directly at the user. This is also a good time to note that you want the object to be in frame the whole time. So if I'm too close, it won't be able to capture. If I'm too far away, it won't have enough information to make a capture. But again, when you orient yourself in the right position, roughly 45-degree angle away and 2 to 3 feet up from the object, you'll get a sub-second capture. Here you can see I've got an array of irregular and odd objects that we'll be taking some dimensions of. The process to begin that collection is very similar to boxes in that you navigate to the dimensioning icon on the right side of your screen and select the irregular mode. You'll know you've reached the correct method with the circle icon in the middle of your screen that will act as a navigator. There are a few key differences as well with the irregular and odd object method, the primary being directly over the top of the object as opposed to a 45-degree angle away from a box, for example. Now, one thing in the irregular mode that you do want to be aware of is when objects are too close together. The environment can get a bit too busy for the system for a fast capture. So I'll clear the space, ensuring that the phone in this case has space to view the object. And I'll repeat the process, coming directly over the top of the object and getting a sub-second capture. If your arm begins to feel too high, you can always move the object to a lower cart. To begin taking a flat item measurement record, begin by navigating to the dimensioning icon just to the right of the dimensioning fields on the center of your screen. You'll have to navigate over to the flat item measurement method, which is going to be located on the bottom of your screen and will look like several shirts folded on top of each other. To begin the measurement method, this will be for flat items, so we don't want to be at an angle. We want to be directly over the top of the object, roughly 12 inches above, but this could change depending on the size of the object. So I'm going to hold it still and steady just over the top there. And boom, you've got your length and your width of the item. And by accepting, it'll populate a list of preset templates that your organization can set for the height. In this case, it's 0, a quarter, a half inch, and a full inch. And this will allow you to complete the measurement, giving you all 3 dimensions. Your organization can customize those to be whatever you need. And another note on the flat item measurements, you'll want to make sure that there is a contrast between the object and the background it's laying on. This will ensure both a more accurate and a faster capture. So think about dark items being captured on a light background and light items or clear plastic bags being captured on a dark background. To begin a pallet measurement, we'll first locate the dimensioning icon, which is located to the right of the dimensioning fields. Next, we'll navigate to the pallet measurement method, which is going to be located on the bottom of your screen. you'll notice a 1 and a 2 icon listed at the top right corner of the screen. This will indicate which step of the two-step pallet process you're on. To begin the first step of the pallet process, you'll begin by centering yourself on the first face of the pallet, roughly 6 to 8 feet away. This could change depending on the size of the pallet, and one quick way you can know how close you should be is if the pallet is blending in with the environment around it, you're probably too far away, and if you're too close and it's cutting off the edges of the pallet, you're probably too close. 6 to 8 feet is generally going to be a safe range. A few other things to look out for is going to be how close the pallet is to other pallets and other objects. We're looking for roughly 1 to 2 feet away from other pallets and other objects to ensure the system doesn't jump back and forth between them. And it can also do wrapped and unwrapped pallets. So to begin, I will center the system at the face of the pallet, center it on, and boom, just like that, we've got our first capture. And then I'll hit the green check mark and then hit continue to step 2, where I can walk to the second face of the pallet and repeat the same process. For quick reference, something like this would probably be too high, and something like this would probably be too low. If I center on, again keeping that 6 to 8 foot distance away, and I find that right spot, boom, it'll capture just like that, and you've completed the second step of the two-step pallet process. Another example of using the flat item measurement method could be something as small as this, like a washer in this example. You could capture this with the irregular method as well, but in this case, we're going to use the flat item measurement method. I'll begin by setting that down and then going to the dimensioning icon fields and navigating over to the flat item measurement method. We're going to be just over the top of the object, directly to the centered up. And there we've got the dimensions of our length and our width. Because we're in the flat item method, we still have to set a height. Your organization can set these as templates. In this case, I'm going to choose 0 inches for 0 height. But again, your organization can set these to be whatever you need. Now, as mobile dimensioning is a vital and key aspect of the product information and data collection workflow, we're going to look at the other ways that xPIM Plus can make a huge impact on your organization's PIDC workflows. Your organization has the ability to capture up to 12 additional data fields of customizable and configurable information along this workflow. So we're going to walk through the process of an example workflow, capturing UPCs, slot locations, additional photos, weights, and more. We're going to collect all the master item data on this box right here. This could look a little bit different depending on what your organization has set up for these configurable data fields. In this case, we're going to begin with location. We'll begin by scanning the item's bin location, again just using the camera that's in the iPhone in this case. Next we can move to SKU, again just by selecting that data field and the barcode scan icon, and boom, we've got our SKU. Another example in this case, and again it could be different for you, is utilizing a drop-down menu for unit of measurement classification. I will label this one as a case. In this case we also have quantity, so I will put this as a quantity 1. And of course we can continue on gathering the product's information and get the dimensions, so I'll grab the box. Going to navigate to the dimensioning icon, ensure it's in box mode in this case because it's a box, and boom, just like that, we've got our dimensions. I'm going to accept those. Another cool feature is utilizing the mobile Bluetooth rugged scale. Put the box on top, and you can see the weight field is interactive and it's pulling in the Bluetooth weight. I'm going to confirm that in. Another thing we can do here is take high resolution photos using the camera again here. So I'll select that and capture new. And now I can take up to 6 additional images and attach that to this record. So I will take one here of the label. I'll use that photo. And there you go. So I've collected 4 data fields. And again, you can collect up to 12 of these and configure them to be what information you'd like, as well as dimensions, weights, and high resolution photos. and I can submit this record to the cloud.